Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dr. Quack podcast. It's been a couple days since I've been on, but I'm going to do a few episodes tonight, and the first one here is congratulations, as some may put it. 100 days since Donald Trump has been elected into office. Wow, man, I'm telling you, this has been an interesting ride, I'm telling you. He has really shooken up the United States, and even in some cases the world. I mean, let's see. We first, have the illegal immigration issue. He has really been trying to force that, on some things. That is interesting. I mean, if you're not a legal citizen in this country, why are you not trying to become one if you're going to be here? That's my question. I mean, if you're not going to pay taxes like the rest of us, yeah, me included, I'm a legal citizen. Guess what? I have to pay taxes. And expect benefits, for just being in this country undocumented, like Social Security, health insurance, and others. That's wrong. I'm sorry, you have to follow United States rules on that. But that's not my whole big discussion on this. That's just one part. I mean, that one's been a very debated discussion all over. I've heard that for many a months. Since the whole presidential race was going on, into the election, post-election, into in office, yeah. So, now we got the whole World War III thing with Korea. That's another interesting one. I mean, right now, from what I see and what I hear, I think things have kind of simmered down a little bit. I haven't really heard a lot, but that doesn't mean shit could change. I think he's handled that pretty well. He hasn't lit off a nuke yet. Neither has Kim Jong-un. Neither has Vladimir Putin, which is awesome. At least if we're going to war, we're going with regular conventional weapons. But, that's long from over. Hopefully I'll be able to cover that one when it's over. You never know, America. I'm telling you, it's a crazy world. But, and there was one thing he did so far in these 100 days. And yeah, they all could say it started during the Obama administration when this came on. And his first 100 days are technically a part of Obama's administration. So, he let things pass. He could have screwed them up and vetoed things instead of letting things go. But the one thing I'm proud of that he did was for the veterans. He allowed us to have choice of health care. You have no idea. I'm telling you, a lot of people, civilians. Let me just give you a good example. Using myself. I live about 45 minutes to an hour from my closest VA. Okay? 45 minutes to an hour. If I ever had a heart attack again, yeah, that's a story. I had that once. If I ever had a heart attack, I couldn't go there. It's wild. When I was living at my other spot before I moved here, I had an EMT check me out. I was having real bad abdominal pains, and they weren't sure what it was. They told me they could not take me to the VA. They had to take me to another hospital, a civilian hospital, where guess what? VA insurance does not get you covered. Because in reality, in order for me to get seen in a civilian hospital the old way before this rule, I had to go down to the VA, all the way down there. Yeah, I'm pointing the right direction. I had to get seen by them and then get pretty much a consult to go to another civilian hospital. All that. No, that's not right. So now, at least I have the choice. I have a choice of my choosing to go to a civilian hospital instead of going to the VA. And I'm being off my experience, and I'm sure others can tell you, the VA hospital is not what it's all cracked up to be. It's very horrible. It's very slow paced. I've seen a lot of veterans that are in way worse shape than me have issues down there with the VA. I seen a man, I don't know who he was, but I was walking into the ER. I had tooth pain. Seen a man walk in there asking for help. asking for help. It was about 4:30 in the morning. They turned him away. He ran out in traffic and got hit by a bus. I had no idea who that gentleman was. But to me, that was the worst thing I ever seen in my life. That there, as far as being outside the military, that was probably the worst thing. You know, if you ever see someone down, if you ever see someone depressed, if you ever see someone that's not looking like themselves on a normal basis, check on them. Believe me, I do it. And believe me, I've been down that road. People have seen. I'm just happy right now, if by choosing, I can go to another hospital. I can go somewhere local. Or if I wanted to, if I need to go to a specialty hospital for whatever reason, I can go to that and be covered under my insurance. Thank you, Donald Trump, for letting that pass, for letting that through. It was one of your campaign pledges. Not a lot of people heard it. I know I did. And that was the reason why I voted for the man. There was no other reason. I didn't care about the rest of the politics that were involved in life. I didn't care about too much with Benghazi, even though that really took a frowning to me with Hillary Clinton. But that was the most important thing, because there's so many veterans out there that need care. You know, so many veterans that are homeless right now that need care. And believe me, it sucks. I've seen them when we're down there, you know, Green Street in Baltimore, where a lot of guys are on the sidewalk and they're begging for money. They're begging for food. It's a horrible feeling, I'm telling you, just seeing that. You know, I had one guy come up to me and I bought him breakfast. I took him to a place down there and I got him breakfast because he was hungry, you know. It's some of the bad things that you see in this world. People just don't care. They don't realize your struggles. And I'm not just talking military people. I'm talking civilians too. In struggles and everything. We're all struggling in this economy. I see it as a car salesman. A lot of people tend to go buy a cheap used car because why? They know the quality of the vehicle. They know how it is. And they love the quality of the vehicle. But a lot of times they can't afford it. You know, they can't get a car and take care of their family and do everything else that needs to be done. Not needs to be done just to live, just to survive. You know, it's a painful thing. Like a lot of times I see a customer come to me and go, I can't afford that price. I can't afford that price. And I understand. I totally understand. Granted, you know, that's the price of the vehicle. There's nothing I can really do about it. I can try to go the best I can on the price for you. But, you know, it's all about expectations and being reasonable at the same time. You know, it's a really sad thing. You know, but Trump done a lot of good things, I think, for this country. And it's going to remain to be seen if he does great things and if he can keep us, you know, going the way he wants to. You know, I mean, he does have great military advisors. Mad Dog Mathis, one of the best. You know, and many other generals. I couldn't tell you the rest of them, but I'm sure there are plenty up there. He's got 4 of them. Most cabinets only have 1 or 2. They had 4 right there. So, I mean, they got to have some sort of good strategy, you would think. But I do think he done a great job, and I think he's, you know, going to do well moving forward. Could he get elected for a second term? Who knows? I mean, hell, a couple months ago I heard The Rock was running for president in 2020. That would be interesting, you know. I'm sure a lot of fans of his would vote for him, you know. I can imagine him doing the presidential debate going, it doesn't matter what you say. You know, I can just hear that coming out of his mouth. You know, you can see Stone Cold moderating Donald Trump versus The Rock for the President of the United States in 2020. Yeah, then we all know we're going to hell in a handbasket because I love The Rock in his movies, but do you think he really should be president? And in the same respect, Donald Trump, nobody thought that would be possible. But so far, I'm going to give him about a B+. I think he's doing a great job. I mean, there's certain things, you know, of course he can't say everything right. Have you ever noticed this with not Donald Trump, but George Bush? George Bush on 9/11 said we were going to have a crusade. Do you know how bad the media cringed because he said that? But he got the job done. He did what he had to do and make sure the war was going, and he took care of business by taking care of Saddam Hussein, and basically leaving Osama bin Laden. Obama can get credit for that with SEAL Team. Sure, that was during his presidency. But we got Saddam Hussein. I was in that country for that. So yeah, Donald Trump, thank you for taking care of the veterans. I really appreciate that. If anybody ever shows you this video, I hope that you understand how proud we are. I know that'll probably never happen, but to the people that watch this, thank you. I'm trying to get my videos out. I'm trying to get friends to watch. This is enjoyment to me, but I like to spread the word of how I feel. I like to hear other people's opinions. Change my mind on things if you can. I'm not saying that would be easy, but it's been done. If you show me the correct way, and you show me, you make me see it, then I may understand, just like anybody else, because everybody's got their own opinions. But, not everybody knows the correct answers. Well, this is it for video number 1. Thank you all for tuning in. If you can, subscribe, like, I would totally appreciate it. Thank you all once again. You guys have a good night, and I'll be back in a little bit for another video, because I've got some more stuff to talk about. All right.